Good morning, Pride of Yeshua. It's your brother Johnson back again with another video. Let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the subject of hibernation. We last spoke about migration, and now as a Christian, you got to understand that we have to spend some time hibernating with God so that we can grow strong. Hibernation is a time period where we are able to reduce our metabolic activities. Again, it's more notably in animals during the winter season. But as Christians, this is the time where we die down with the lifestyles that we've been living with the flesh. Again, in the world, we know that it promotes flesh-like living, where we are enamored with our desires. We're enamored with, sexual morality. We're enamored with dissension. We're enamored with, being a part of the world. We want to be famous. We want to be this and that. Again, we're enamored with being things that have nothing to do with Jesus Christ. Christ provided us a very good example on what it's like and what we should do when we finally take this journey with Christ serious for the first time. Matthew chapter 4 tells us that after he was baptized with John the Baptist, he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. I believe that once we finish migrating to Christ and once we finish getting what we need from Christ, we too must hibernate with his word and spend some time focusing and reconstructing our lives. Again, we're in a construction phase. We're trying to build some habits. We're trying to build some understanding. We're trying to build some true wisdom. And this is what we're going to practice. To all my new Christians, to all my new brothers and sisters, it's not easy. This journey is going to be a journey where you fail because you've spent your life living for the world, living for the validation of people, and you have not yet came to an understanding of what it means to be validated by Christ. Again, we're in the hibernation process, and with that, we're trying to build a good foundation. Jesus tells us what a good foundation looks like in Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 27. He states, "He who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And when the rain fell and the floods came and the winds blew and slammed against the house, and yet it did not fall." We are trying to build a foundation that's not easily shook by this world. It's not easily shook by opinion. It's not easily shook by the storms. We're building a good foundation that could take a beating, but at the same time be able to stand on the truth no matter what is being put against it. But then you hear about the foolish foundation that a foolish man did, where he sets his house foundation on sand. And when the rain fell and the floods came and the winds blew and slammed against that house, it fell and it collapsed was great. It blows my mind when I hear people who say they're Christian talking about their horoscope. Oh, I'm a Capricorn. That means I do this. Or, oh, I'm a Leo. You can't say you're a Christian. And the first thing you do is do what Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10 to 14 tells us. We don't work with people that cast spells. We don't work with mediums. We don't work with spiritualists. We don't consult the dead. We do not believe or understand the interpretations of omens or sorcerers. We do not do these things. And it bothers me. It bothers me so much because we're building, again, a foundation on something that is not true, something that's not written by the word of God. If you're a Christian, you got to commit to that foundation of being like the wise man and build off the word of God. Spend less time focusing on your horoscope or what your parents think about you, what your friends think about you, but spend more time on what God thinks about you. And I bet you your life will be able to bear much fruit, much peace, and much joy. Brothers and sisters, I wish you a good day, and I hope that this message was able to bless you. From God!